All right, all right, all right.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm licking it.
No, don't do it. No, don't do it.
I am the liquor.
Catch me outside. How about that?
All week long.
Gavel has been hit. And welcome. All rise. Order in the court. We got a couple of decent ones to start on today.
Yeah, seems like a lot going on already. Pretty exciting.
FYI, chat, we're watching court today.
Just so you know. This court.
FYI.
See this? Bubble. We're living in it. So let's
That's
go.
right. Nothing else happening outside of the bubble, as Mikey said.
Yeah. World doesn't exist outside this bubble.
That's right. So, mods, just very casually and nicely, just let everybody know that we're here for We Got a Case. We're going to be watching some Zoom court. And
maybe we'll make it through the whole thing. You never know.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Let's start here. Her standing over here in the pool hall just walked in and she's handcuffed.
And if not, then we'll issue a warrant for you.
Her thickness.
Your next review hearing for July the 25th at 9 a.m. Okay, you see the clerk and make payment. You'll get go home for the weekend.
Well, that wasn't very exciting.
Go cook for your husband.
Oh, Kayla D. McDonald, case number CRA 21229.
They've already cleared out all the chairs but one. They're really ready to start playing pool today.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're
Well, it's
gonna
Friday.
See what
She has her pants on inside out because her tag is hanging out. See it?
Good chance. Or either the world's longest tag.
She can stay till then. If it's dirty, she will be discharged.
Okay.
But she's more than welcome to do the outpatient.
Ed, good to see you.
AV at that time if she's discharged.
So she'd have to go back to outpatient. Okay. Well, it's gonna be dirty. She's dirty today. So
Oh, she riding dirty.
Everybody runs in and grabs that piece of paper.
when
Man.
is the next time you're here?
The 15th, Your Honor.
July 15th, and you gotta get your act together, Ms. McDonald.
Yeah, put your pants on the proper way, Miss Ronald.
Trying to go down
Get
to
together.
the felon court.
Yes, sir.
Does that not scare you?
Yes, it
It would
does.
scare me.
Yes, sir, it does.
Maybe because I know more, it would scare me. I know
Oh, it
what
definitely
could
does.
happen when you go down there.
It definitely does scare me, Your Honor.
Well, start acting like you're scared
Mm,
and do what you're supposed to do.
yeah. What he said. Do as you're told.
Get to the jail.
Yes.
You don't want to go to prison, do you, or starve?
No, I do not.
Well, start getting your act together. Come in here with some good reports.
I thought he just asked her, you don't want to starve, do you?
July 15th.
Thank you.
State of Ohio recalls Philip Wilkes, case number CRA
Wilson.
21407, CRA.
Not
Was
Wilson.
You think that was her friend or her mom that was with her?
Lover.
Philip
Oh,
Wilkes.
I like that.
You figure out-
All the guys are going to go crazy because she's a nurse.
Yeah, so we did run into an issue because he has private insurance. Hometown was going to take him, but he has private insurance, so they can't.
Trying to get
accept
him into rehab.
I did find him a bed with New Life here in Chesapeake. They will still allow him to work. He will just have to pay cash for rent, but he's capable of doing that because he has a job, so. But however, he is wanting to ask you if he can just have another chance to stay clean, because his wife is kind of disagreeing with him going to treatment. So we
His
just
wife is
wanted to bring
disagreeing
it
with
back in
that?
front of you.
She need treatment too? Is that why?
Over here, 'cause he's your lawyer, actually.
Yes, he's here.
Let's get him in the courtroom. Did you get a chance to talk with him?
No, I didn't. No.
Well, you can tell I just woke up from a nap. I thought that she was saying that she found him in bed with another.
No, she found him a bed. Like I said, he's got to go to rehab when she started.
Wake
buying
up!
insurance. Queen's been saved by the bell.
Change the lifestyle.
Love it.
Stay away from the
Love it.
bad people, and tell them to stay away from me.
Please ask why the wife doesn't want him in
Continue to
treatment.
be clean.
Yeah. He's fine. He's fine. She sells to him. That's why she don't want him to go.
He's not wanting to do
She's
it.
a supplier.
Did,
Tiff.
did we miss a chase last night?
Circumstances, his wife is really in, she's basically threatening to leave him.
Yeah, I mean,
So it's just
course we
caused a
would.
Big issue. So
Payment definitely would not be tagging us. So
She had
if
drugged
you
me.
would, that'd be great.
no.
Well, I don't blame her.
We're not talking about enough
She's
A
not-
politics.
long time ago, probably.
I have a sober
Guess
home
not.
I live in, sober place to work.
Hey, isn't this the guy with the weird,
I just gotta tell people to stay away.
Uh-huh.
weird back or whatever?
Just keep going.
They come to
Media?
your house and
Hello?
do this?
When they walk down the street and I notice them, and I see that they're down on the luck, and I try to help them, and it just causes me problems. I can't do it anymore.
Judge, if you'll recall, last time we were here,
He's the
He
druggie
had-
with a heart of gold.
evicted a roommate who had the substances for which he tested positive, and he claimed his cleanup of the ex-roommate's area where he was using drugs caused him to have contact, and he believes that it went through his skin, and that caused the positive results for fentanyl.
Mm.
Well, I don't think we believe that.
Okay, it's okay. You are
I
a
think it's just
you're a member.
counterproductive,
has
and I
privileges.
think further
Are we supposed to
treatment is
believe what he
gonna
just
teach
said?
him how
Really?
to live clean. Like you can be clean, but you
Uh,
have to learn to live.
Your
clean.
Honor, he was at a Molly
Every-
Hatchet concert, and there was a lot
Yeah.
of dope
People were just
smoking going on there. And
in the air, you know. Last night, huge accident. One road over. The main road last night about 12:30.
did you string it?
Oh, God, no. It was too dark and foggy. But anyways, when I went down there, I was listening to the scanner, and the paramedics had to run out. There was another call, and somebody had just swallowed 15 things of fentanyl.
Credence scan.
Needless to say, they didn't make it.
He is canceled or not shown for appointments that were scheduled.
Twice.
He will be discharged June 10th.
Let him finish talking.
That's a pretty good excuse.
He would
I'll take it.
make you aware what he's
I
thinking.
like that. Saw
Our guy
somebody-
doesn't believe UK or what's happening in the courtroom. I'm not
And
sure.
then June 17th, he tested positive for fentanyl and morphine here.
That's the incident I was relating to, Your Honor.
It was
Is that the one that
morphine
he
on
just-
his finger too.
Yeah, accidentally got on it.
Yeah, Anna, he brushed up against
So, I mean,
a
he
fentanyl
got
truck.
what he said he wanted, but then he wouldn't go, and now I don't have any other options. I mean,
Ed, starting the day with $5. Thank you.
I
Hallelujah.
tried and tried and tried.
Ed's an organism.
He says the right stuff in court and he does the wrong stuff, so maybe we just need to send him down to the other court. They can figure out something.
Somebody take that clicky pen away from whoever has it, please.
His wife is still with him, apparently,
Hi.
Uh-huh.
and
His
she's
wife.
opposed to his drug use, I guess,
Uh-huh.
but she's also opposed to him getting the kind of treatment he needs.
Let's
She's gonna
discuss
leave
this.
him if he goes to treatment. I think she'd want to stay with him if he goes to treatment, but different people are different.
She's clean.
She's clean. He goes,
I think
Maybe
she's
she's just
just.
fed up, like me.
she's
She's
just
kind of
fed
fed
up.
up like I am.
Then it shouldn't matter whether.
I want a divorce too. I want to divorce Philip Wilkes and send him to, he can marry another judge.
got jokes. It's
He hasn't done-
Friday.
He hasn't done anything that he was promised to do in this marriage. And I'm sick of it. I'm ready for a divorce.
That's grounds.
He keeps promising and promising, but he doesn't come through.
Look at it.
Does that ever happen in any
Look
other
at the
marriage?
judge.
I think it does.
Hear him?
That
He said, "Look at the
reason
judge."
for ending marriages? Yes, it is. I think it's time to send him on to the grand jury.
I think what we're gonna do is this, we'll nolly the cases here.
Afternoon, Glenn.
Refer it over to
Glenn?
QRT, and then if he doesn't follow through there, then he'll get indicted.
It's one way to get him
As long as
clean,
he's
right,
not
Kev?
my court.
And single.
It's not.
So what you're saying, ladies, watch out.
We do need to make sure he's got his.
It's not like the wife might just have one foot out the door as it is.
I can't looking for excuses.
All your contacts.
I'm gonna tell Brad that, where is Brad?
Especially if she is clean. Who wants to deal with that
I
all the time?
To contact you. Okay?
Yes,
Right.
sir. Yes,
but to say I'm going to leave you if you go into treatment
I'll do
is,
what I can, Your Honor.
no matter what.
My hands, I wash my
terrible.
hands. So
Thank
you're
you.
on your own, Mr. Wilkes.
Thank
Good
you.
luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
Him, he just told me to wash
Ed
his
taking care of
hands.
your late fees today. Thank you, Ed.
Ed, did you hit the lottery? You can tell us. We won't tell
Look
anybody.
at Carol coming in yellow right behind Ed. Ed's 5 raised. Well, he just raised it to 10, Carol, but it works.
Yes, Stoney needs all the help he can get.
She sent us some hot pictures of
I
Stone
saw that. I just didn't even comment.
in the bathroom doing things. Not drugs, getting ready.
And boy, was he ready for something.
Yeah, he even turns off his cameras when he gets ready to party. Speaking of partying,
Who this fella?
I spoke with Barry and called our admissions just to
I know.
reconfirm what I was thinking. They agreed with me. Residential, he's not really ever really had it. He went 9 years clean, 3 years on using, got locked up for 6 months.
I think they're talking about it.
Went to treatment for 3 weeks.
Or are they talking about this new guy?
Talking about the new guy.
He wants outpatient. I'm not saying he can't do outpatient and be successul, but
Isn't inpatient probably the best if you got a problem like that?
admissions would be residential.
Okay. So here's.
God, dude, this is scary shit, man.
Or you go to the inpatient.
Ooh,
Or the choices.
heck no, man.
Okay. This is a really good program, so.
We have a bed for him Monday morning,
Okay.
if that's okay.
Oh,
with
good.
you.
So you can go party all weekend, or we're going to keep him in?
So what you say is live it up next 2 days.
We can
That's right.
arrange Pick up here, or I can
Try
give
not
him
to
an
die.
address to report to, whichever works out best.
And you know that was the first thing he thought
Will you
too.
turn yourself in?
Sure.
Okay, well, I trust you to do that. If you don't do it.
Trust me.
I'll order you.
I got this.
$1 per sweaty Carol boob. Thank you, Flush.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think it's July.
You guys are getting a day off right.
Of course, let me know if he doesn't show up like this is.
Absolutely, yes. You'll know Monday while we're in court.
You figured it out.
So
Pro
you'll
tip.
get and talk with him, get it all set up.
Yes.
Ooh. But
Okay, I think you're making the right decision. Right. Okay, court's adjourned.
court's adjourned. We're out of here. Have a
Okay.
great
These are the cases
Friday.
of the people versus
No,
Jose
no, no.
Guzman. Case numbers CR 19, TAC 9146, CR 19, TAC 9972, CR 22, TAC 2492. Mr. Guzman is present in court. He is here with his attorney, Mr. Martinez, and the people are represented by Ms. Jasty.
Oh,
The cases are on for case management
Yes.
conferences. I was told there's a resolution. Can somebody recite the terms and conditions?
Defendant will be pleading to count 5, that's the PC 422.
Is this the case that is 9146?
Yes, sorry.
This is not
Count
double
five.
dirty, by the way.
No,
That will
this
be
is
for
not.
150
Number four.
days, credits of 4
They don't
plus
let us see their
4,
door.
felony probation, and I'm working
Oh.
on filling out a non-DPC.
There was a guy in a wheelchair
So
here, but
3
it
years
wasn't
of
our
felony
friend with the
probation
piss
because this
bag.
is a strike.
Oh, it wasn't?
No, it's just some old dude.
And there's a protective order that's not a domestic violence protective order. Is that what you're saying to me? Will the remaining cases be dismissed?
The felony vandalism case will be dismissed for the Harvey waiver, the misdemeanor 243.4
That attorney
will not.
standing up, her pants look
Will
really
not be
tight in the
dismissed.
front.
That will not be dismissed.
So it'll be set for trial.
That will go to the,
I don't know how she's
It should be
breathing.
resigned to a misdemeanor.
It looks like
department
the
for case
fabric is like-
management.
Okay, that's
Come on.
Ready to
fine with me.
bust open, you mean? We're going to see some
Maybe.
Hanes pink.
So, Mr. Guzman, it sounds like you want to resolve your cases. My understanding is that you're going to be pleading no contest to count
bend
5,
over.
which is a
Mm-mm.
communication of a threat kind of case. The balance of that complaint will be dismissed. The other felony matter is a vandalism offense. That case is going to get dismissed with what's called a Harvey waiver, which means that you will be, even though the case is dismissed, you're in agreement.
Harvey waiver. He
but a
played for the
probation term will
Yankees,
that
right?
you-
Oh, I
will be
was
that
thinking
you
Paul
make
Harvey waiver.
Payment to
Ah.
repay for the loss. It's called restitution. So is that what you want to do today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that a no contest plea is the same as a guilty plea, that I'll find you guilty based on your
We
no
have
contest plea?
first appearances
Yes?
in
Yes.
Georgia
Are you pleading no contest to accept an offer
with ADA SAP.
by the people?
Yes, Your Honor.
My understanding is you wish to be sentenced today without a formal probation report. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
It was too.
The maximum time that you could serve in custody for what you're pleading to is 3 years in state prison. Do you understand that?
Yes.
I'm not going to
Thank everybody
sentence you to
for
3 years
helping
in
out
state
the
prison.
flusher
Instead, I'm going to
because
place you on
police-
felony probation for 3 years in order that you serve 150 days in custody. You should know, however, that if you violate the terms and conditions of your probation, you could then be sentenced to up to a maximum sentence of 3 years. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And that is a state prison sentence. That would be a state prison sentence if the court were to do that. Do you understand that?
Yes.
If you are sentenced to prison in this case, or along with any other case, you'll be subject to a maximum period of parole or post-release community supervision upon your release from prison for a period of 3 years. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you violate the terms and conditions of your supervision, you could then be sentenced to 180 days for any violation of supervision. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
The court must impose a restitution fine of at least
Finally, Carol,
$300
something I'd eat.
and not more than $10,000. It will
like
be
that.
doubled if you fail to complete probation successfully. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
The court will also impose a $40 court security fee and a $30
What's
court
cowboy
operations fee.
caviar?
Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You'll be required
that
to
is a-
submit DNA samples as well as finger and handprints, which will be included in
type
the
of
state's
salsa.
DNA and forensic identification database and database program. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You'll be ordered to make restitution for any of the economic loss as a result of your conduct in count 5, the count that you're pleading no contest to. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And also because of that Harvey waiver that we discussed a little bit earlier ago, I will also order that you make restitution, you pay restitution for the loss as a result of that vandalism case that's going to be dismissed. Do you understand that?
How old is this
Yes,
guy out
Your
there
Honor.
doing some vandalism?
During the period of time that you're on probation, you're searchable.
Yeah,
That's
but
without a
there's a
warrant and
charge.
without
Get
probable
dropped.
cause. Do you understand that?
Yes.
He's out tagging.
If you're not a citizen of the United States, the conviction will have the consequence of deportation, exclusion from admission to the United States, or denial of naturalization pursuant to the laws of the United States. Do you understand that?
Yes.
There's also going to be an order, protective order that requires that you stay away. Is it from Julio Montes?
Yes, and I can approach with that one.
You may.
Oh, Julio and him down by the schoolyard been fighting. Let's move over here. Do we know the judge?
I don't think so. I was looking at her earlier and I was like,
Yeah, I-
'cause at one point we had like 6 Mormons up here all at the same time.
Good afternoon.
It's party time.
And Ruiz, who always looks
He's a
different.
judge.
We'll say.
I'm sorry?
He's signed his
Okay.
waiver and his special conditions.
Okay, I'm sorry. And
Remember
yes,
those
Mr. Lee
aliens that
going
Ed was
to
talking about?
leaving the-
Yeah.
I mean,
But
he's getting
Dylan
new
said that he's
jails.
an alien
Yes,
too.
we are.
All right.
Might be
I'm
kin.
still typing it right now, so,
Shells, that's because we're an educational channel, whether you know it or not. That's
but sir, you are going to need
claim to
sign
fame, as they say.
that,
We're gonna claim it.
he did, okay. I'm sorry, when I'm looking at 2 screens, I lose track of what's happening in the courtroom sometimes.
This is like watching a slot
All right.
stream over at Gold. I have 3 chat rooms up. I don't know what to do. So confused.
Okay.
By the way, while we have a second, my beautiful wife, she's a sucker and got upsold for a wall charger because if it's if it's a Samsung, it charges best with a
Judge, before you
Samsung
move
phone.
On his special
Mhm.
level,
Of course it
a
does.
regular box is still checked. at the UJR box.
Okay, thank you for catching that.
Carl, when was the last time you ran? Knox was wondering. Boy, slow moving over here today
Yes,
too.
we
Let's.
did
What do you
not
got brought up? I'd
And
rather
so
just see.
just for my own edification, I heard
doing
you argue
anything?
several times to Judge Svoboda
Please,
that the reason
somebody.
why many of them had to be delayed was because they had to be admitted to Western State Hospital, not the other restoration facilities due to behavior
Mhm.
management,
Mhm.
acting out violence,
Mhm.
special needs,
Mhm.
etc.
Mhm.
And so I don't hear that with either of these defendants, Ms. McCarty or Mr. McClendon.
What do you think Tom's here for?
Cremation.
Defense space.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's all I have. All right, we're going to take a brief recess. We're going to.
Of course you are.
consider-
Christ. All right, we're going over to geriatric court. I don't care what you say. I don't care what they're doing. We're staying on here.
13 for the record. Well, we haven't offered it yet. So
I'm just going to
number
say, I
13
hope
is
that they're getting a
difference of
divorce
distributions.
and he cheated on her. He, that's all I'm
See,
saying.
I haven't gotten there yet. Hang on a second.
That's what I got.
Oh my God.
Okay, I won't comment on that. On
This has to be in Florida, right? Florida Friday.
Yeah.
Bunch of Jerry.
Florida.
Oh, that's right. I can't say bad things
The
about
last three
Florida.
pages.
They yell at me when I say there's a lot of old
The
people
last 3 pages of 2021.
Correct.
there. My man.
My man.
Multiple years in there. You've got it going back to 2016. So
Do you think they're fighting over taxidermy?
You talk about the federal schedule, not the Michigan. Is that
We
correct?
got Licking if you want to jump over there.
Okay, give this just a minute though, for reals. Let's.
No, I did.
Oh God, is it Gramps on the stand again?
Yeah, Gramps is up there. Yeah.
Oh Jesus. Why are judges in such bad moods on Fridays? This guy's.
Why's that guy about to smoke a pin? today?
See. Geriatric court. I love
Look at all
it.
those papers. Is there
Oh.
any way Tom has any idea what he's doing there? And this guy over here in Licking is a beauty, by the way. He's
Oh no, yeah, we got it. I'm sorry, geriatric.
They were on my property. It was for someone to recover property and come in my house. They came in my fence and came in my yard, came around to my back door. And at
came
the
in his
time, the
back
officers,
door.
had already threatened me, shoot my dog, and he had her gun
Yeah,
pulled,
my
so I
dude.
shut the door back. He had her gun pulled because I didn't want to get shot.
yeah,
And I put my dog up in the bathroom like I was instructed and got all the person's
you
clothes.
entered a not guilty plea.
So, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I'm talking all over you.
Can't tell by my hair. I can't shut up,
Your
Judge. I'm
bond is
sorry.
going to be set at 2,500
Oh,
cash surety for
Okay.
10% on both cases.
Yes, sir. Is that a continuance of the bond that I already have? Is that possible? So, I mean, I live right down the street. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, you're definitely not going because you didn't come to court when you should have, so.
Sir, I didn't get my mail or my notice. I've never missed court once, not even once have I ever missed court. Rooms don't miss
Okay.
court.
Did you just use his name and the
I wouldn't brag about never missing court.
since he
Oh,
missed
man.
court? I
So
love the way
that's
this
what
guy's
your bond
standing.
is on that. And then on the other case, that's that matter is going to be set forth and you failed to appear when you should have. Your bond's now 2,500 cash surety or 10%. So you'll be set for a hearing in front of Judge George. That's all.
All right. Yes, sir.
Remember Tom? We just saw Tom sitting at the table. I figured I'd do a picture of Tom.
The surprised look on his face. Yeah.
Charged with theft.
You stole my heart.
You stealing candy or your heart? Which one?
Where have I been?
Yeah. This is a 2020 case.
Yes, I've been out of trouble.
Oh,
Staying home.
Yeah.
I got it.
So that's a first degree misdemeanor.
Unknown
Theft
Henson's
is-
daughter.
Maximum penalty is 6 months in jail and $1,000 fine. You're entitled to a jury trial. You're entitled to have the prosecutor prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
Where have you been? I've
to
been
a
staying at
jury
home,
of
like I was told.
You're also entitled to have an attorney
Thank you.
represent you. And if you can't afford one, no one would be appointed at no cost to you. To the charge of theft, what is your plea?
Not guilty.
Not guilty?
That is perfect. And she's like 12 and 47 at the same time.
Which also, can I say something?
Sure, go right ahead. Say whatever you want to say.
My husband should be in your courtroom. It was me and him versus each other, and he dropped the charges this morning.
Who
We're
won?
trying to.
My husband
What's your
was
husband's
there.
name?
Roger Clyles.
Roger what?
Roger Clyles.
Roger Clyles here? Nope, he's not in my courtroom.
He said,
Well,
You
he's
weren't in the
outside.
courtroom either when you were charged with this offense. Okay, thank you. Your bond is going to be set at 2,500.
Oh, real quick, he's talking about something. I just want to see. Or maybe not. Oh, I thought he was reading something.
He
at
does,
least at some
but he
point
does like
in
this when he
time,
reads. He says,
and I think we've already got this into evidence, is that her, in her retirement account, her 401k was
Oh, they
very modest at that.
they
time.
are getting split up. Oh my God.
Okay,
Oh. We can back this up
Wow.
actually if we need to.
Jonathan
Wow.
Morgan.
Jonathan.
JP Morgan?
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Counselor. What's up?
This is Mr. Morgan. There's
What's
a
up?
warrant out for his arrest, is my understanding, for probation violation.
What's the happening, Captain?
He did just say what's up, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was our
And they saved their
understanding.
cases so we can watch them.
What's shaking, man?
Violation hearing. That was back
Hey,
in
what's
February.
shaking?
Yeah, he actually was in an inpatient drug and alcohol treatment.
Then he
back
should have
in
missed.
February.
Hello,
and then
Hugh.
Completed that, did an IOP.
I got a weird
Now
head.
he's
Or
in
something.
relapse prevention, so
He
was actually in
does. He
treatment
does.
at times. That might have been why they weren't getting a hold of him. He had been using alcohol before he went into treatment.
Yeah. So what do you want to do?
I would like to get an OR bond, release him, have a meeting with the probation officer. maybe
There's
get
Earl.
into a violation, see what they'd like to do with him at that point. The only thing I think he hasn't done is maybe the 3-day driver intervention program. I don't think they're gonna give him credit for all that.
They're confusing him so much right now.
Okay, well, here's the deal, sir. This is a 2021 case. Whatever happens, you better get it done and get it done now. You
He's already,
understand me?
he's already signed.
Yeah, well,
Wow. You see, look right in his eyes.
okay.
Yeah, he stared down the
This
barrel
is
of
a-
a double
Yeah.
barrel right there.
Hello, Mama Gil.
Board jurors
What do
stand
you think you're
George.
doing?
Yeah. Okay.
After we watched him some the other day,
Continued
I'm a
with
fan.
hearing.
like this dude.
I will
Mhm.
set an ROR bond. Council,
Yes.
you'll be counsel, right?
I'll be filing notice.
Okay.
I think
I-
it was council.
I am so intrigued to know why they're getting
Okay,
a divorce.
thank
Thank you, sir. So you're gonna go over that.
That lady was in the long hustle with that old dude. She's like, he'll be dead by the time he's 70.
Emmett Carr.
She just
He
starts
live
to live her life.
He's like 100 years old now. She's like, I just can't wait anymore.
Thank you, Darren, for the fake money. Always appreciate
Thank
it.
you. All right, sir, you're charged in case 22 CRB 875 with failure to
Ooh,
comply
pizza would
with
be
a
great.
police officer, fleeing and eluding a police officer
We got Chase.
after receiving a visible, audible sign to stop. That's a
Means he turned-
first degree
means he
misdemeanor.
turned on the siren.
Maximum penalty is 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. You're entitled to a jury trial. You're entitled to have the prosecutor prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt to a jury of 8 people.
Carol, I think we need to
Entitled to
amend
have
our
an
agreement
attorney
to
represent you
also
if you
include
can't
a small
afford one.
percentage of
One
bingo
would be
winnings
appointed at
and
no
what you get
cost to you.
from
Do you
your court.
understand that?
Thank you.
My goodness.
Don't fight us on that.
Okay. With those circumstances, what plea do you
Make me
want
look
to
you
make?
in the eye like this
Not
judge
really.
just looked that dude in the eye.
Anything you want to say before I
Okay.
set bond?
Lincoln, nice to meet you.
I'm in the day reporting program
Welcome.
right
Have a
now.
seat.
You're on a what?
Day reporting.
Yeah.
I'm going through it very well. I'm getting ready to file paperwork for my daughter. I really don't know what this is about for the life of me.
I like how people go to court, don't know what this is
Are you
about.
going to seek the appointment of an attorney?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing
I
here.
got the paper for one that I got to turn in here, but
Yeah.
Yeah. So
How about the missionary position in North Carolina and South Carolina?
yeah. About
The
that.
motorcycle.
Honduras won't even know that many showed up.
Honduras would have been fine with our cut taken out. They would.
Would they been doing this when it gets
Okay.
there? No. No. They won't. Honduras is
I'll set
fine.
a ROR bond.
And by the way, Carol, I'm joking. That really is that's awesome.
Very-
I'm
that's
serious.
great.
That's
I mean,
And you need to file that and get your attorney appointed. You understand?
yes, Your Honor.
I couldn't
About
make
the judge
anything worth
here.
that much
And make
money.
sure you come to court when you're supposed
the
to.
way the man stamps.
So,
He stamps with meaning.
that, ladies and gentlemen, is
I believe that's it. We're
Nope,
going
he just
to
cut the mic.
screen. Well, let's just.
Court is going to admit defendant's exhibit.
I've got to know some of
be
the
over
story.
the, objection in this matter. The court does believe that it is self-authenticating under Michigan Rule of Evidence 902. So
Hello, Gio.
This would have been much better. Slow mover for like a Monday, you know.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
I would love to know.
Mr. Merrick, I'm going to shift gears here. I don't believe you need to take a look presently at any document. I would like to go back and talk about the North Mason Street home.
Oh God, they got homes.
Plural.
Is it?
Oh, well, thank you.
That that house was purchased in maybe 2007.
Right.
And Mary Jo's daughter, Jennifer, has lived in the house since 2007, correct?
For free?
Right.
I hope not.
And
How much does he pay?
$500 a month.
there was a agreement between yourself, Mary Jo, and Jennifer that due to the fact that she could not get credit in her own name or qualify for a loan.
Yeah, it was free.
That you and Mary Jo would purchase the house, take out a mortgage, and that Jennifer would make payments.
Oh, yeah.
And that once the mortgage was paid off, the house would be transferred to Jennifer.
Her daughter has to be like 50.
That's correct.
Maybe more.
Okay, why don't you-
The part that is not correct is Mary Jo could not get credit either. She nor Jennifer got credit.
Okay, so, I'm
He
sorry, go
pissed.
ahead.
Go ahead.
So I'll change the question that, and we'll change the background facts that neither Mary Jo nor Jennifer could get credit.
I mean, since we're in
So,
senior citizen
you were
geriatric court,
involved
there's
in the
our
transaction with Mary Jo.
Just don't want them to get mad
Take out a
about it.
house loan,
Look at that.
and the agreement
to you,
was is
Carol.
that Jennifer would
$5 sold. I'll take it.
pay off the loan, and once
Well-
that was
well
done,
worth the $5.
the house would be transferred to Jennifer.
I do not remember that agreement.
Yeah, I bet you don't. All right.
Can you tell us what you had for breakfast, sir?
You're right.
Avocado toast. I say I I would love to stick on this, but it's a long one. We
Is there
mentioned
no
both
way
of
that
them.
old dude didn't have like oatmeal and coffee this morning?
Oh, I was
That
thinking just Metamucil. bro.
Black. I'd love to rewatch it sometime.
I know. We're into it. Let's see.
How long has it been going?
40 minutes.
Ivy, look at him trying to work the camera again.
That's gonna have to happen. All right. So
They
you
save
can't
'em.
just kind of
So-
say that you have to be able to ship. So start from the most recent event. For instance,
Judge Alex in the shitter
he called
today?
me 782 times. How'd you know it was him? Because I know his voice, and that's
So you
how I
heard
knew
him
it was
all.
him. So
782
you're gonna have to show some evidence. That's what you're gonna have to share your screen and things of that nature.
I'm hoping that I could get this on here. I'm using my parents because I have no access to email or anything myself. All of my devices, including 26 iPhones, have been
All
their
right,
passwords have
wait,
been
so step
changed.
up. So sounds like if you don't, then Miss Free, what date? Hold on. So what's a date so that she could get set up? I mean, Judge Houston's calendar. Hold on, Judge Houston's calendar is Monday, right? Well, I know, but you holding up pieces of paper is not going to work.
I've got
Okay, hold on, Miss Free.
It's booked
That ain't happening, Brett.
on Monday.
Nothing outside of the bubble, as Mikey said.
But I mean, there's space on the possible on the 12:30.
All right. Because what you're gonna have hold on, Miss. Here's what I'm gonna tell you, Miss.
Oh, yeah, she
Because
don't play.
Mr.
about to
oh,
get
sorry.
mad.
I have
Meadows.
the
Hold on. No, hold on. Stand by. Mr. Meadows has a right to see any evidence. So I'm not
They
gonna
have a
ask
nice
you
trade.
to email it to him. You need to get somebody. Somehow you need to get it sent to him.
He's seen it already. He has.
How has he seen it?
Well, first of all, I need to make a quick introduction
No,
to
hold on.
what spyware.
No, hold on. Okay, I get it. You mean this spyware. But how has he seen the stuff you plan on presenting? Have you given him copies of stuff you plan on presenting?
No, he has
showed him your
my,
stuff yet?
my social security information and all of every single thing about me. And we were engaged for 4 years. So he has had spyware on my phone for 5 years, and I have
Well,
lost
here's
my.
what I'm saying. Stop listening. Listen close, okay?
I had the proof in the.
Is this
Okay, hold on.
harassment?
You're going to present certain evidence.
That's what I'm thinking.
In your opinion, he already has it.
I'm sorry.
He
I'm gonna turn this
doesn't
down
know
just a
what
little,
you're
'cause I feel
going
like
to
it's
present.
She's very loud.
a
So
little loud.
he has to have a copy of what you intend on presenting. Have you sent him or been able to get him a copy of what you intend to
The
present
yelling
to
judge.
the court?
Yes. I spent the last 2 days in a hotel in Atlanta trying to do so, but nothing would work at all.
Okay.
I couldn't-
So,
No-
let me ask-
no
let me
internet
ask you a
in-
question.
I did send the
Atlanta.
information last night.
To whom? To him?
I had to send it to my mom on a phone, and then I had to get it to literally to her to put it in an email
Oh,
to
thank
you, but it actually was sent to someone named Sasha. And it was
Sasha.
this has been my life for the last 5 years.
Okay, hold on. Is this, Miss Sasha, is this one of y'all's cases?
Yes, it is.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do.
That's Sasha.
We're gonna reset this, okay? So whatever,
Okay.
so you can chat with
Someone
her.
named Sasha.
Whatever information that she has that she
Oh,
plans
okay.
to present, she's not gonna just be able to hold it up. I can't
I
see
have
it.
it on the computer actually.
Okay, but hold on. He needs to be able
David's
to
like,
see it.
this is the
That's
shit I live
fair,
with for 5
and look at it ahead of time. So, Sasha, I'm going to kind of put the onus on you. If she wants to send you whatever,
This is
you
one
can
of those
send it
things
to
when
him.
silence
Ma'am,
is
if
I
this
don't
be-
louder than
have any
words.
Okay, you're not going to let me talk. You're not going to let me talk.
I'm so sorry.
All right, so if you need to redact something, for instance,
Anyway,
dates of birth, account numbers, anything, don't just say he has it already, just redact it. Mark it out so he can't see
Read
it, okay?
Read the name of the person.
Because
that
you're
sent,
going to have to share your
angry
screen,
face
and everybody on
Facebook.
YouTube is going to see your social security number.
Musa Cock Maz. Sorry, you're having a bad day.
Your account number. So you send it to Miss Sasha. She can get it to him.
Bad
All
face.
right.
Angry
So that he
face.
can see it ahead of time. And sir, if you have evidence you're going to present, you need to send it to Miss Sasha so she can
Hey, I'm
send
gonna
it
be right back,
to,
okay?
to Miss
Go
Crawford.
right ahead.
Got it?
Sasha is who we sent the information to.
No, hold on. Safe it. Just hold on. Safe it. I'm talking about the Sasha.
Why is this
You
lady
understand
over
that,
here?
sir?
Yes, Your Honor. May I be heard very briefly?
Okay,
She's
hold
come
on,
through her
'cause I'm
mouth.
picking a
Listen.
date, because I want you to be able to see what you're going to present. She needs to be able to see what she's going to present. What day is a better day, Miss Free? Just pick one out. I don't want to.
Just pick one.
I see
Anything.
she has 10, 10, and 8 at 12:30. Obviously, it's going to take more for Miss Hader to be able to do what. So, I mean, it's got to be back on one of mine. That's fine. I don't know how many's on there. How does the 8th look? Because nothing. I don't see anything on there yet, and I don't see many on the 1st. Miss Hader, how long would it take you if she sends you that stuff to get it to him, and then you to get his stuff so they can see it?
Just as long as it takes them to send it to me.
So,
do you have the information yet? Have you?
Okay,
Have you
hold on,
received
hold
the
on. Let's hold up, Miss Crawford. Sorry.
God.
Sir,
What a
how soon
slap.
could you get it to the advocate there who would in turn send it to Miss Crawford?
It's no way that David's going to get a chance
I'm
to
sorry,
talk.
you're asking me about evidence that I would submit?
Right.
As I sit here right now, Your Honor, I don't think I have anything that I would submit. So I don't anticipate doing that.
Do you want to see what she
I'm
had?
happy to explain. Well,
You
if she's
sure?
going to present something, of course I would want to see it, which I
Okay,
haven't.
so we got, we got, what is it, July 1st or July 8th, Miss Free? Or the 11th?
I'm guessing these two are in a relationship.
The first
There's some
day-
sort of
we can
harassment
put one
going
more there.
on. I heard something
Yeah,
about
what was that one about
700
dates?
phone calls.
May I ask
Seen the
Miss
dog
Sasha
come
a
in.
question and see if she's received the information?
All right, so one of those that, whether she's received or not, y'all can talk off this, okay? Because I don't know, did you get it, Miss Hader, or did she send it to Brown in our office? She gave it to you?
Send it to me, and I told her that she should update it or upload it to the Dropbox and send it to the case manager email.
And send it to who?
The case manager.
Yeah, we don't, well, we really don't do that anymore because it gets too confusing. We've taken that off our order so that people have to share their stuff
Look at-
and
just
not.
keep an
that
eye
people
on
automatically assume
Mrs.
if they emailed it,
Crawford's
that it's entered
face.
into evidence, and we're taking
These
that
faces
confusion
she
out.
keeps
And
making.
there's been Zoom for over 2 years now, and people need to go to
'Cause it's,
zoom.us and watch the educational videos. So, Ms. Crawford,
It's interesting.
update those documents. If you need to redact something, redact
Oh,
something
hold it.
so that you won't be sharing all those account numbers with everybody in the world or whoever it could or may be watching. Sir, if there's anything you plan to present as evidence, you need to send it to Ms. Hader so that she can send it to Ms. Crawford. Don't pop up that day and say you want to show something, because I'm not going to let you.
I understand, Your
means
Honor. May I be heard very briefly?
Please.
About what?
I would frankly ask, Your Honor, to deny this petition today. This
Well,
was
I haven't
filed
heard
over-
any evidence yet, and I'm not going to play. You haven't seen it. You're caught off guard. So what I'm doing is making it an even playing field. So I'm not denying anything without hearing evidence. So it's still in place until our next hearing. So when you get what she's going to share, you need to look at it and
Yeah,
immediately.
this is definitely like
share
harassment court.
What you're
right
going to share with them. So everybody has it. Both of you need to go to zoom.us. It's going to be very hard on your phone, sir, to be able to share, watch all those tutorial videos on how you share your screen to show your evidence. The court is not going to do that for you.
Look at
and
Ms.
neither is
Crawford.
the advocate. So
What is she doing?
zoom.us, watch the tutorial videos. What time is it and what date, Miss Free? You said just the first?
It'll be the first at 2.
She is a nut job.
July 1st, so the ex parte is still in place. There's still safety. Ma'am, get your stuff. However, don't make it a weird Dropbox thing or something that he can't access. And I will tell you, I don't want to see anything from 1982.
No, of course not.
Okay? Limit it to the last, limit it to just to the last couple of years. But unless you have somebody that can say
She's
that
like-
it was him that did this. So
I have it on my phone. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And
Right. So anyway, send everything that you want to Ms. Hader. We'll see you both July 1st. We'll send you, put your emails in the chat. We're going to send you the link.
Could
Thank
I please mention one thing, ma'am?
Case closed. She's gone. She said, F you, girl. Dunzo. Wow. One more thing, ma'am. One more thing. Just one more thing, ma'am. She shut her down. She shut her down. She shut her down.
All right. Well, that was perfect timing then. Give me just a second. I got one that I'm going to back up a little bit on.
Okay. Okay.
That I just came across, and it is another, because we love our divorces around here. And it's pretty interesting talking about mama been drinking a lot.
I mean, am I the only one who feels like that lady a while ago was a psychopath that we were just seeing in that courtroom?
Why'd they cut it? Did she end up?
Judge Alex said, all right, court is adjourned. She's like, ma'am, I have one more question. And she's like, gone. Nope. Bye. See ya. Have a nice day. And you got to be that way sometimes.
Yeah. So while I was out checking the traffic and weather together, this one I was watching actually is pretty interesting, and I'm gonna back it up just a little bit. This one's been going on for a bit, but it's pretty good.
Come on, Jason.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Barger.
Thank you. Mr. Reynolds, can you hear and see me all right?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can. My name's Jason Barger. I'm an attorney and I represent Jared Reynolds in this pending modification suit. You understand that, correct?
Yes, Mr. Barger, you need to let me swear him in.
Oh.
Mr. Reynolds, raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give in this cause to be the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
I'll wait till you hear a little bit about Kelly.
All right, thanks. And so I asked you that you understand who I represent and what we're here for today, correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And you are the father of Jared, is that correct?
That's correct.
And the grandfather of Mackenzie and Bryson?
That's correct.
Okay. You've known Kelly Reynolds for, I guess, during their whole marriage, at least, is that right?
Yeah, and before that as well.
Okay. All right. There's let me ask you this. Have you observed her behavior with regards to alcohol and possible abuse of alcohol?
I've seen her drink. Yes.
Okay. As a grandfather, have you seen behavior that is concerning to you with regards to her and her having possession and access of her children?
Yeah.
I have.
Okay. Can you be specific in some of the things that you've observed or concerns that you'd have that you could bring to this court's attention?
Yeah.
Check your memberships, Mikey.
Babysit the grandkids quite a bit, and there were a couple occasions where Kelly was supposed to come to our house and pick them up in the evening, and she just never showed. She didn't make contact with us to tell us what she was doing. It worried us to the point where me and the wife considered calling hospitals, calling police. We wound up calling her.
5 memberships up for grabs, guys.
It happens frequently, and
Okay. And did you ever learn? And did you ever learn where
that little green bubble?
I believe she was out with friends, and she claimed her phone died. But
my phone always dies when I'm out having a really good time.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. And at one point, did she work for you?
She worked for the company that I worked for. She didn't work directly for me.
Okay.
Stephen, Kelly, and Jared, they're not getting
Did
along
she
anymore.
exhibit signs of an inability to perform or to be responsible in the job?
She didn't show up for work on time frequently, and was counseled for that several times, and it's the reason why she was released from the company.
And can you say whether and what was the name of the company?
Is she even real?
Dawson.
Okay.
Is she plugged
And
into the
can
wall?
you say whether or not her showing up late was as a result of
Maybe
alcohol use?
I don't know what else it would be from, to be honest with you, sir. I can't. I wasn't there. I don't know where she was at, but I don't know what else would have caused it.
Okay. And up until
I was just going to say, James
I
keeps
guess
writing everything down, and now he
May
is.
of
Look at that, he's gone.
2021, the children were living with her at her parents' house. Is that your understanding?
That's my understanding. Most of the time, that's where they would be.
And would you take the children over to that house at times?
Yeah, we would try to get them usually once a week on a weekend evening and have them stay the night with us and then take them back to that house.
Okay. And were you able to observe the condition of that house?
Hello,
when you were there?
Nigel.
I didn't really go in much. I could just see kind of from the front door. It wasn't as clean as I would have liked to seen it. It was-
I believe his.
Do you have any knowledge of whether or not
Could be wrong.
I
Mrs.
got
Reynolds'
a
mother frequents
photo from
Knott's Bar?
those nights out.
I've been there before.
And like maybe once or twice or on a more frequent basis?
Once or twice. I mean, I don't go to that bar. I haven't been in that bar for several years, but
They're pouring liquor down her neck.
I've seen her at a
Real quick, because we're watching this on a slight tape delay. I'm going to stop that real quick and answer your question. Kenneth, this is how it works. You can either click the join button or that little green thing that pops up there and hit allow gifts. And then you got to do the little slider. And then you just got to fingers crossed that YouTube says, that you're lucky because it's like a raffle.
And they'll say winner, winner, chicken dinner, just like they did to sharpshooters on power scooters. Kev. Let's see if I can find some more that got in on that action. Long Duck Dong.
Nice.
I made that one.
Or if you don't want a free one, you can just, click join. And,
Break loose them purse strings, Mr. Tripp.
and one other thing, don't forget, coming up at 6 o'clock East to round out the broadcast day, as they say. Well, scheduled broadcast day.
It's going to be a long one, so be ready.
Members only at 6 East. Back to the divorce.
in Cibolo, quite a few times.
Okay. All right. That's all I have, Judge. I pass the witness.
Does Alan
Mr. Reynolds, do you have any
ever
questions
do
this witness?
Lucky Land slots
All
on
right.
Twitch?
Mr. Reynolds,
All right,
If
Judge,
he
I
had
call
the-
Jared Reynolds.
all right.
the round glasses.
Mr. Reynolds, raise your right hand. Do you swear a firm testimony given this cause to be the true self you got?
Why? Was the breast too big?
All right, go ahead.
And was the penis too small on Jared?
Mr. Reynolds, go ahead and state your full name for the record.
Jared Reynolds.
You're the father of Mackenzie and Bryson, correct?
I am.
What led you to file this modification?
Welcome.
The temporary or this final one?
Well, when you first came to me in August of 2019, what prompted you to seek out an attorney's advice?
Just the interest of the kids. At that point, I was working overseas.
They were married.
And kind of my final straw was my daughter's
Is
birthday.
she in America with that high ass light plug
and she
four-way
basically
there?
See, I think that she might be sitting on the floor, Mikey. Crisscross applesauce, as they say. Brent 20 Bones.
Keep them 20s coming and them pictures will keep on rolling. Oh, by the way, Terminator, 11 months. That's right, 11 months. Remember, thank you very much.
You see how she's celebrating? Going to go to the damn doctor today. 11 months, you get to go to the doctor.
Tell him you got the fever.
Kelly abandoned her to go to Long Shots and did not spend her birthday with her.
Long Shots.
Long
So
Shots.
for me to leave that job and come back.
Not to be confused with sharpshooters
Kind
or Fats Freddy's.
Was there an incident with regards to Ms. Reynolds being arrested in front of the children?
That was later on. I think that was October. I
think
she
this
was
is a
arrested
divorce.
for a failure
Could
to
be wrong,
appear on
though.
a hit and run case.
Pretty sure it's
I did not know until we saw it online.
They
Actually,
have children
I
together,
was
so
in San Marcos attending classes at Texas State. When I found out, I had no idea where the kids were. Her parents were in Washington. So I had to go through 3 different police departments to try and locate them. My daughter was at school, not sure how
It's
she
gonna be a
got
good
there.
one today.
My
be a good
son was at that trucking company that she had mentioned earlier by himself. A cop had to go in there and get him to give to me.
Dropping the
Once
kid
he
off
was
at a
released,
trucking company?
She said she was going to come pick the children up. She didn't show up for another 5 or 6 hours and stated she needed a phone charger first.
We barely
from the
even give
time
you
that
2
you were
hours, Steve.
divorced,
It's
you were
about an hour and a
divorced
half.
in May of 2018, correct?
Correct.
Only so many minutes
From
in the
that period
day,
of
Steve.
time,
Only so
up
many
until-
dollars to be
well,
given.
up until now. Have you
All
seen
about
any
the money.
patterns with regards to her behavior?
If it was, we'd be
and
on
alcohol?
24/7.
Absolutely. When I'd just standard possession every other weekend. I've submitted the text messages. They're like maybe out of every time I picked up and drop off, she was there maybe 5 times. She was never there. It was only her parents. Sometimes they weren't even there. We'd have to sit in the truck waiting for somebody to show up.
I think I saw her on Bar Rescue.
She stated she was working, but come to find out she was at the bar because the kids would tell us, no, she was at the bar. The next time we picked them up.
Well, and as she stated, she was working very infrequently. And we're talking in the evenings, right?
Right.
So it'd
We
be
haven't
difficult if she
heard,
had
Shelley.
she was working at a trucking company. That wouldn't be a reason why she wouldn't be at home, would it?
No, sir. That was supposed to be a 9 to 5.
And have you driven by Long Shots Bar and seen her vehicle there?
Yes, it's actually right across from the HEB, a Walmart and Lowe's that we frequent. And there's been times where we drive by on a Sunday at noon and her car would be there.
Partying it up.
Concerns
Sunday.
with regards to her having possession of the children and abandoning them or going to a bar and drinking.
I do. Like I said,
Oh,
when
Nate.
we had every other
Hey.
weekend, the kids didn't want to get out of the car because she was never there. They would cry, say she's not home again. She's not home again. It was every single weekend that we had time with them. Another concern I have
Yes.
is
Give me just a second. I'll
her going to house parties with them. And
get it for you.
I've submitted sworn
House
statements of people watching her drink and then put the 2 kids in the car and
Ooh.
drive away with them. Her mom has also done it from Old Main. She has done it from Old Main. So it's not even just bars, even just people's houses.
Okay.
God, how old is she?
Yeah, a little too old for a party, aren't you?
The medical care of Bryson. When he just when did he start school?
This last year was his first year for kindergarten because she refused to put him in preschool.
Oh boy, that's young.
And when you put him in
really
kindergarten,
young.
what school district did you put him in?
He goes to Cibolo Valley, and it's the Cibolo Shirts ISD.
Okay. And the school district requires certain immunizations, correct?
That is correct.
Jared's
And did
very
you, in
well
fact, take him
spoken.
to a doctor to achieve that?
Oh, yeah.
He had to get
He's got it all together.
different immunizations just to be able to go to school.
Okay. And do you know, had he been immunized prior to that?
He had not. She did have proof of insurance. I took pictures of their cards and sent it to him, so she could have easily taken them. And I have pictures of that as well. I'm pretty sure I submitted that. So she did have insurance information. She just refused to do it. The same with dental because it's all the same cards.
And so with regards to dental visits for Bryson and Mackenzie, have you taken them to the dentist?
I have multiple times.
Okay. And it's your understanding that she had not taken them to the dentist. Is that right?
That is correct. I don't even think she knows who their doctor is or where their dentist is.
Now, it could certainly be argued that
She
you
sold
know, you
everything
as
in the
father
house.
have an obligation to take them and have those things done as well. Can you explain why that was not done on your?
Well, when I wasn't able to, I tried setting appointments for them, but I only had weekends and those establishments didn't have any appointments on weekends. I was able to get them into the dentist during my Christmas vacation a lot of time, but that was the only opportunity that I had. And once I got them last May, the next week they both had doctor's appointments and both had.
They're free on Discord.
Okay, all right.
That one's trending at $1,000
Mackenzie
right now. So
in
it might
school,
be
what grade is
priced
she
out.
in?
She just finished 5th.
Okay, and that was at Schlother.
Yes, sir.
Slaughter.
And
Link is
how did she,
in the chat.
How did she adjust in school? Did she do all right?
Yes, sir. This past year, she was AB honor roll. She joined student
I
council
believe
and was
every word out of
voted the
his
historian
mouth.
of her class.
Every word.
Absolutely. Yep.
And his dad. Prior to coming and living with you of last year, were you able to see what her grades were like when she was living with Mrs. Reynolds?
Not necessarily grades, just because of the age, but attendance was what we focused on. And she had unexcused and tardies that exceeded over 100 in the 2 years that she was there. We submitted those attendance.
I
records
told
as well.
you. Did I tell you, Viking? I told you.
Those were absences that were unexcused, correct?
100
That means
days in 2 years.
Yeah.
Most schools, you go past like 20 days, 30 days, it's an automatic fail. So for this kid to still go to school and be able to do well, missing all these days is mind-blowing. And that lays a real piece of shit. Go ahead.
Speaking of mind blowing, and again, this is live, but we've backed it up about 10 minutes because I wanted to kind of get an idea what was going on. But I wanted to tell you, mind blowing. We give away those NFTs. You got to screen grab them, take a screenshot, and it's the first person. Pop them over on Discord, all the way down to the bottom of our Discord. It says NFT claim something or other, and then it's all yours for free.
Absences that weren't there because she was taking them to the doctor or to the dentist, right?
Well, if they're unexcused, then no.
Yeah,
those would be excused.
And since Mackenzie or Bryson have lived with you, have there been unexcused absences with them?
They have had 2, and that was for Christmas vacation, and that was it.
Okay. The since May of 2021,
right,
as Ms. Reynolds testified, she has not seen the children. Is that right?
That is correct.
Wow.
Okay.
Do you think she's drunk?
Is there an
right now?
Has she attempted to
yeah.
contact them?
She has not. I have never gotten a how are they doing? How's school going? How have they been? Not one single
She's
text from her,
Did you see? No,
anybody on
she's
any
sitting
side
on
of
it.
her
I
family.
was right.
Nobody.
Did you see that?
Yeah, she's sitting on the floor.
Yes. It's crisscross
Has this been
applesauce
difficult
too.
for the children to have their mother just disappear from their lives?
It very much has, especially in the beginning, the first couple months. But once they realize that they don't think she's going to change, they haven't asked any questions anymore.
I hear you, Brent.
Moved on, basically.
I'm rarely there.
Do you have an opinion on whether or not it's in their best interest to have their mother in their lives?
I mean, I would like that, but I think a lot of changes need to happen first. At this stage and the way she's living now, I don't think it's in their best interest.
Have you ever heard of a reunification therapist?
We will see the judge.
And do you understand that
Judge
that would
is
be a
there.
therapist that helps children and estranged parents try to rebuild a relationship that's between them?
Yes, sir.
Do you have an opinion
Thank you,
whether
Dave.
or not that might be valuable in this case?
I think it would.
Oh, here come the tears.
If Kelly can be honest with the therapist, I think that would be the biggest concern is her being upfront honest and actually realizing what the problems and issues are.
And along those lines,
Hi, Dylan.
if the court is going to set forth a
Dylan.
schedule that allows Miss Reynolds to work towards rebuilding the trust and relationship with her children, would you envision or could you see a
Ugly on
what
the
we'd call
inside, Pamela.
stair-step visitation program in which she might have some supervised visitation and then longer periods of supervised visitation?
Judge is here just in the
expanding
background.
upwards
Yeah,
to
just sitting
possibly
listening.
standard possession order at the and
She's already dead.
Time frame that would be recommended by the reunification therapist.
Austin had like some crazy
Would
and
you agree
drunk.
that might be in the best interest of your children?
I do.
The court has previously ordered her to pay you child support. Are you?
By the way, I'll get better than Amber Turd because you can see some of the makeup rolling down a little bit. So she's got a little bit. She at least no matter what, and she probably is crying. She might be sober at the moment, realizing a few.
I hope
things.
they say how much child support she's supposed to pay because I guarantee it's not much.
Court, and by the way, the court ordered her and 87 cents per month beginning June 1st, 2021. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
And to confirm what she testified to under oath, you have not
$280
received anything from her, have you?
I have not.
Okay, are you asking the court to confirm the arrearage in the amount of $3,418.44, which would be that monthly payment by 12 months? That would be June 1st, 2021 to June 1st, 2022.
One of them
Yes,
were
sir.
born in Florida.
Okay. And are you asking the court then to continue that child support going forward?
Yes, sir.
Are you asking the court to issue an order terminating the obligation that you had under the final decree of divorce to pay her child support?
Yes, sir.
So finally, I want to get to the issue.
I bet
of
he wasn't paying $200 a month.
As you will recall from the final decree of divorce, y'all were both appointed.
I also
joint
bet he
managing
ain't drinking out of this
conservators,
either.
which gave each other rights, correct?
Right.
And now that so much has happened with Ms. Reynolds, as has been described by both her and you, that she's been absent from the life of the children and has failed to attend to their medical, dental
That's for
needs,
2 kids,
and
remember?
educational needs, showing the unexcused absences. Do you believe it's in the best interest that you be appointed as the sole managing conservator and she be appointed as a possessory conservator of the children?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay. All right. Okay. With that being said, Judge, I pass the witness.
All right, Ms. Reynolds, do you have any questions of Mr. Reynolds?
I rest, Judge.
All right, Ms. Reynolds, what would you like the court to know?
I really want to see my kids again. I miss them. I was under the impression with the no contact order that I wasn't allowed to reach out to them. I was told by Jared that I'm not to contact them, that if they want to contact me, they're more than welcome to, and those phone calls stopped. And I was told that I'm going against court.
There's
orders
nothing in that house.
them, so I didn't.
You hear
I
how
would love to know
echoey
how
it
my
is?
children are doing and where they go to school and see them and be able to love them and hug them and kiss them again. I just really miss my kids.
Is there anything else you want the judge to know?
Drunk as a skunk.
Judge, if I may just briefly, I
poured myself
I
a
am
large
asking this
glass of
court
wine.
to name my client as the sole managing conservator, Mrs. Reynolds as the possessory conservator.
Isn't happy hour anytime?
Is not inclined to do so. I ask that the court appoint them as joint managing conservators and give my client the exclusive rights to education, where they live, medical, psychiatric, and dental decisions. I'm asking for child support in the amount previously ordered by this court. I'm asking for the court to confirm the arrearage amount of $3,418.44 to be repaid by Ms. Reynolds to Mr. Reynolds at $100 per month, in addition to the current child support that shall continue beginning July 1st, 2022.
2 kids, $100 a month.
And Judge, importantly,
take 'em
with
out to
regards
eat
to the
a couple times
possession
for that.
access,
Right.
I'm asking this court to appoint Kelly Bernstein as a reunification therapist at the sole cost of Ms. Reynolds.
In an
I'm
empty
asking this
apartment.
court to issue an order of visitation that incorporates a stair-step approach.
Anybody got to guess what's plugged into the wall?
That 2 hours of
Laptop, maybe?
supervised
It's a heavy-duty
visitation
cord,
for up to
so.
2 times per week at Kinder Time, which is a supervised visitation.
Kinder
facility in
time.
Braunfels.
Excellent.
And then
Judge
the
William
second step would be a 4-hour supervised visitation outside of the center, supervised either by the therapist or by a third party recommended by the therapist,
A Hitachi
up to 2 times per week.
for massaging.
And then the third step being a 4-hour
Personal
supervised
massage.
visitation, as long as it doesn't interfere with school.
Unsupervised
and
visitation, did you
completed
just
by
say?
7 p.m. The
I
fourth would
wouldn't.
be a 6-hour unsupervised visitation, 1 time per week.
6
And then
hours.
every other week, 2 days, it's 6 hours per day with no overnights, leading to
How about she goes get
every
sober
other week
first?
having 2 days with 1 overnight,
Thought.
beginning at
Let's
6
kick it
p.m.
right
and
up.
ending at 4 p.m. the next day. And then finally a standard possession.
She's actually in the back room of long shots right now.
Yeah,
approach,
yes,
and
yes.
that
The
for
green
each
room.
step to be advanced, it would be upon the reunification therapist to make the recommendation that it should be so. And unless there's some concerns that Mr. Reynolds has that wants to bring to
No,
this court's attention, that
I think
the
they
fact
said
that
just
those
the
steps
100.
would be that
I
next
think,
step
didn't
would
they?
occur.
100 on top of what she already owes them.
Oh,
So it would be
okay.
380, trying to pay
I'm
back
asking for
the
those
rears.
costs to be paid, whether it be at the supervised visitation center or supervisor, to be paid by Ms. Reynolds. And then any electronic communication as recommended by the reunification therapist. And then finally, we're asking for an injunction against the use or intake of any alcohol 12 hours prior to or during the possession of the children. And of course, no driving while anyone's drinking or putting them in the car with somebody that's been drinking, and make sure that they have full safety belts and all that. Right now, she obviously doesn't have a car. Hopefully that'll change. But you know, until that does, somebody else is going to be transporting those children. We need to ensure, you know, if we get to that point, that they are not themselves drinking and that they do have a safe facility.
Yeah, they should make anybody around the kids do old blowy.
With that being
make
said, we
sure
appreciate the
they're
court's
sober.
attention to this matter today, Judge.
Any final comments, Ms. Reynolds?
No, sir.
All right.
I hope he
Ms. Reynolds,
adds
you're in a position that
some help.
you are because you ignored the court. All you had to do was get the information to the evaluator, and you repeatedly ignored the court's order on that.
She was drunk, Your Honor.
So you put yourself in this position. That's concerning and distressing to the court. I want you to see your kids. I want your kids to have a relationship with you. But you know, it's going to be in stair steps. It has to be one because, you know, I don't know, you know, what your situation is, but if somebody had not let me see my kids or there'd been a court order, I would have been doing everything humanly possible to get the information that was required to the evaluator so that would stop.
Kind of hard when you stay drunk all the time.
I don't know what your drinking history is. And, you know,
It's legendary.
if some of the things I've heard are true, you probably ought to get some counseling on that. And it probably wouldn't hurt you. I'm not going to order it, but it probably wouldn't hurt you to go to a 12-step program. You should have been focusing on your kids. So,
I can't believe her attorney, Jack Daniels, didn't show up.
the point, Ms. Reynolds is sole managing conservator. You're going to be possessory conservator. Child support to continue at minimum wage. I'll confirm the arrearage at $3,418.44. I'll order payment on that arrearage to be $50 per month. I will appoint Kelly Bernstein as parent reunification counselor in this case. You're to contact her immediately. Your child support is low. You need to get a better paying job or work more hours or do whatever is necessary so that you can afford her. But again, you're in this position because of your own actions or really your inaction. I will order the step visitation as set forth by Mr. Barger. You know, beginning with 2 hours supervised kinder time and increase up to a standard possession order. Mr. Barger, I'm going to want that order pretty quick. I want this to get going. Get Ms. Reynolds the information so that she can make contact with Ms. Bernstein as soon as possible, so that we can move forward. Because I do want you to see your kids, Ms. Reynolds, but I want to make sure that they're safe and healthy, and so I will order an injunction against drinking, and that anybody that's transporting the child not be drinking, and that have the appropriate seating arrangements, seat belts, and whatever in the vehicle that they're driving. Okay?
And I just want to ensure that I need to find out whether she'll waive the service on that injunction or whether I need to actually have her served with the judge.
Will you waive the injunction? That's going to be the court's order. Ms. Reynolds,
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
do you want to waive the service of the injunction, it'll be included. Otherwise, it'll be included in the final order that's Mr. Barger's sending to you.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the injunction again? I'm sorry.
The injunction language is you don't drink within 12 hours. You don't drive with children after having.
How is
drank,
she
and
not
allow
getting
anybody else
one of those
driving the children,
contraptions for this?
to have been
She doesn't-
drinking,
I'm guessing she's never been busted.
That's fine.
Oh, I get. Yeah, I guess she. Yeah.
All right.
Maybe that's.
All right, well, I have it about done. I'll finish it up. I'll.
She
try and
drunk
get
in
it
the
out
hit
this
and run?
afternoon. I'll be gone next week, so I'm gonna get this wrapped up, Judge, so.
Do you have Ms. Reynolds' email?
So that one is pretty interesting. I want to go back to live, and I think we might have another some more candidates here.
Be the same.
Back to live.
Yes, Your Honor.
A couple more questions.
Back
You
to
currently in
live.
bankruptcy?
No, sir.
Mr. Cortez, are you currently in bankruptcy?
No, sir.
Yeah, but when they're
Mr.
drunk, it's
Cortez,
hard to
Are
you
you
know
pregnant?
No, sir.
remember to.
Have you had a child
Walk
by
away.
another man?
Well, for
during
a
this-
young child, you need a child safety
No, sir.
seat. You can't just put them
All
in a
right.
seatbelt.
And you want to change your last name to Huron?
Yes, sir.
Is that your maiden name? All right. And you're both requesting the divorce and you've both signed off on this decree. Is that correct?
Yeah, Kirdoff, you're absolutely right.
I only
That's-
have one,
That's what that's all.
Go
and
ahead.
the last change
Yes, ma'am.
from my 9-year-old to be 10 years old. You know, I had kind of wondering about the last name and why I was going to change it. So
Okay.
what's the period that I have to change the last name?
Well, I mean, if you don't do it as part of this, if you come back.
You must really hate
sometime
somebody
in
want
the
to change your
future,
name.
You'll have to file a separate petition and pay whatever filing fees are related to that. Okay?
Wow.
So do you want your name changed now or not?
Roberto, it will be the best for Luca. I understand that. What do you, Roberto?
I don't know.
you
She's
know,
kind of
we-
got a
we
cool
are in
ass name,
agreement.
iPhone. I
We
mean,
talked to
Roberto's
Sharon about this.
iPhone and Anna's
Roberto, what do
iPhone.
you think?
I mean,
What
that
do you
is a
think?
good name. I mean,
If you want to keep the last name, I don't have any objection. If you want to change it, the same thing. I know it's for the best interest of Luca.
Okay.
where is Luca?
What do you
That's
wanna do,
Luca's
man?
iPad, but is that Luca?
Luca, are you on the second floor?
No, just because I don't want my son to go on the up and down the
They're in the
seesaw
same room.
about it.
Or is that
Because
her?
he actually
Looks a lot like her
mentioned
mom.
that it was
Look at the
Mom, change her
corner.
name. I want to change my name.
Look
and
at
I
this
didn't like that when
and
he said
this.
that.
Yeah,
And I
because it's the
and
same
what are the
person.
laws
Yeah.
It
for
is,
that?
right?
So
Yes,
I know
of
that he's
course.
getting hurt.
She just
So,
wanted extra shots of herself.
if I have
Yes,
to do it after, I guess.
Flaunting her
I'll do
wealth
it after.
with the Last Supper up there on the wall.
I will strike through that provision. But like
We
I said,
call it
I'm
Federal
going to,
Express around here,
I'm
Nigel.
going to put
And
the
yes.
proposed decree back into the
Its
file.
colors
Y'all
match
have to
yours.
come to
Look
the
at-
district clerk's office,
look at
get it,
blue,
make the
white,
changes that we
orange.
talked about,
Yeah.
and
Nigel, is this really Roberto?
I knew.
we'll go
I
as
had
soon
a
as
good
that's
friend that
done.
worked at
Make sure
Federal
you tell the
Express.
clerk's
Oh, yeah.
office
How long do you work there?
that
Less than an hour.
to refer it
Mm.
back to me for my signature, so that I
Okay.
can so I can make the divorce final. Again, y'all aren't divorced today. The decree has to be done properly. And like I said,
Yeah, this dude's
I
good
think it
for.
has
That's why he's got
even
these
though,
cases. You can tell. He's,
these forms say, the vehicle, for you, Mr. Cortez, say the vehicle, but I like it better when you list who the loan is through, just so that there's no confusion. Even though it says
He's driving.
you get any loan that goes with
looking
your
at the
vehicle
road
with a
and
Tundra.
bouncing.
But I think it works better.
I mean, I think Anna made the right move. She didn't want to change it back to her
Okay.
maiden name of Ease.
All
We
right.
try to do our best when we fill it out those
Hey,
papers.
I get it.
Anna Ease just
Uh,
isn't. I don't know.
Judges have mixed opinions about these
Yeah.
kinds of forms. I mean,
Listen to Trisha.
and
But it's better to do it right the first.
well, they're difficult and they're confusing, and
Thank you.
if
And
they're not done right.
subscribe to our
not
We
that
Got
it
a
will
Case
cause problems, but
exclusive
it
channel
can cause
just
problems.
because
Yeah.
we asked you
And
to.
I'd rather
That's right.
eliminate
yes.
as much
Please.
as the problems as we can up front. I appreciate the fact that y'all are both working.
I can also
in Luca's
confirm
best
it's the
interest.
Apologetic, took full responsibility and accountability for his involvement in
double dirty,
the murder of Xavier Smith.
With regard
Murder?
to what he
Huh?
wrote in that letter.
That was the case they
consistent
gave
with
me?
What he told
Guess
you
so.
in his interview with you at the police station back on February 9th of 2018.
Yes, sir.
And with regard to what he
I will
admitted
be
to in
honest.
that letter, was it consistent with his preliminary hearing testimony here on October 29th of 2019?
Yes, sir.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Detective Pope, I have a question. First of all, Mr. Bateman, did you receive a copy of the apology letter?
I'd like to see it. I think
It's been discovered.
Confirmation.
I just have a couple of questions about that. Detective Powell, do you know under which circumstances Mr. D'Souza
Judge Old, yeah.
decided to write that letter?
I don't know the circumstances.
Are you aware of whether the Modesto Police Department had any discussions with him suggesting that he write the letter?
No, sir.
And with respect to the time period, there's like about a 2-year time period from when this killing occurred to the preliminary examination. Are you aware of any conversations that Modesto Police Department had with Mr. D'Souza?
You would get his
about
jewel.
his
He's hitting that
testimony?
jewel.
No, sir.
This is a lot. I'm actually married to this woman.
And since,
I'm married to her.
well, since that date of, since we've covered through the date of October 29th of 2019, are you aware of any conversations that members of the Modesto Police Department have had with Mr. D'Souza about his testimony at trial?
Oh, boy.
Judge, I misunderstood. Since September 19, 2019 to now,
Since the prelim?
since the prelim to now?
Yes.
No, sir.
So from his arrests,
Copper, I
other
didn't
than the
skip you. I'll be
interview that
back.
you had that we're talking about today, any contact between the Modesto Police Department directly
divorce,
with
a
Mr.
murder?
D'Souza until today's date?
You missed
No,
it
sir.
all. Missed it all. You missed it all. I wish Cobra would do more cooking videos. He's too busy
Okay, Mr. Bateman,
doing
go ahead, Mr.
PayPal shout
You're
out.
not finished, Mr. Go ahead,
Cash
Mr.
App shout
Anderson.
out.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Bateman?
Officer Pope, what date did you obtain this letter written by Ryan D'Souza?
It happens.
And again, sir, without referring to that particular report of mine, I do not recall the date that I obtained that letter.
And
Traffic is very
who gave it to you?
The letter was provided to me by Mr. Emerson.
So you don't know the origin of the letter, how it was originally obtained?
I think all these people are here in support of
The
The
letter was written to
is in California, by the way.
the victim aunt named Asia. I'm
Auntie
not sure how
Asia.
Asia obtained the letter. Asia provided the letter to Mr. Emerson. In return,
Wow.
Mr. Emerson provided the letter
That's
to
good
me.
news. That's
You
real
also
good news.
did the same day an interview of Devin King, is that correct?
The same day of the letter or the same day
The
of?
same day you interviewed Mr. D'Souza, you also interviewed Devin King, is that correct?
With this being a murder
Yes, sir.
case,
You know what time
this could
Devin King?
this isn't a
was
one-day
taken?
job here.
Devin King was interviewed also in an interview room at the police station, correct?
Yes, sir.
You know what time he entered that interview room?
I do not recall the time. It was, if I were to take a good estimated guess,
Kimberly, that is my
I would say
understanding.
about an hour
Could be wrong, though.
to 2 hour after we interviewed Mr. D'Souza.
He wasn't in the
You take
interview
care
room in
with
which
that,
he was
Flusher.
eventually interviewed during the interview of Ryan D'Souza.
He was not in the same interview room when Detective Guffey and I initially interviewed Mr. D'Souza.
And
Nope.
Didn't you originally?
We don't name
speak
the
to
cameras.
Devin
Just
King
give them
before you,
words.
after you spoke to Ryan D'Souza?
Numbers.
Yes, sir. I spoke to Mr. King after our interview with Mr. D'Souza.
So at that time, Devin King already knew pretty much what Mr. D'Souza had told you. Is that correct?
I can't speak to his knowledge, sir.
How many
Wish we could get
interview
Cobra
rooms
to
are
come
there
on.
at the
My God.
Modesto Police Department?
Could you imagine doing a show
A
with Cobra?
total, we have 3 interview rooms. Sometime when there's more than 3 people need to be interviewed. Sometime we conduct our interviews inside our holding
Is this one
cells,
interesting or?
and the holding cells
This is a
are located at
long
at our patrol
going
building,
case. We're going through
which
just
is a different
details of
building than our
interrogation.
investigation building.
Just, I would say, jump on out of here.
And did you choose that particular interview?
Before we get invested.
Yes.
At this time, state may proceed.
Next.
I'm Marion. Give me a
It
sec.
offers States Exhibit 1, the plea agreement, judicial.
We'll
confession.
hang out for a little bit longer. We got a long day. Got Florida Friday coming up, of course, 4:05 for We Got a Chase. And then members only. Biggest one yet. Best one yet. I'll say that. 6 o'clock East. For that.
I really miss Judge Kim.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Really pulled the rug out from underneath us on that one.
We know those courtrooms as far as how bad and dirty their doors are.
Mm-hmm.
Any objection, Mr. Beckman?
Judge Dick Davis resigning.
Dicky Poo.
Thank you, Your Honor. Those are reviewed exhibits and will make no objections to the receipt. They have been reviewed by me and Mr. Weldegarish.
Willie Feltergash.
Admitted.
They went back to in person
Mm-hmm.
and ended up not, even though he was, all 3 of them really were big proponents of streaming on YouTube, but I think that they came into some issues here and there.
I heard there was some a-holes streaming it. So
Yes, yeah. Carol, if he's on, I think that would be a great idea. If that's, I think so. I think that's a great idea, Carol.
Carol, full of great ideas.
That was fun. Are you having a problem finding a cord? Or?
Anything worth looking at, yeah.
Well, I was going to say that too. I just spent the entire time I was out checking the traffic and weather. Let's cut it there. We'll cut it there. And let me see something real quick.
The best thing I came across was Man on the Street over here. Look at this.
Oh God.
I don't know. I think we're inside the prison.
Booked. They're not in booking.
Oh yeah, it looks. Oh yeah, we definitely are.
He's taking us to a cell. Taking somebody the iPad.
All right. All right, Miss Thompson, on the iPad, you're going to need to stay close to the door so you don't lose Wi-Fi. And then could you unmute on there? You tap the screen and then you'll see like a red microphone. There you go. Okay, perfect.
I was how that works.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Sierra Tia Thompson for arraignment TA 2A.
It's an ass, baby.
295 City of SeaTac case. Matthew Zetter on behalf of Miss Thompson. And so, Miss Thompson, we're going to do arraignment on those new charges. And so, Your Honor, strike that. Ma'am, is your name Sierra Tia Thompson?
Yes,
No, it's
And
scored.
what's your date of
iPad
birth, Ms.
11.
Thompson?
5/30/2000.
Um,
2000. Wow, she baby.
so Ms. Thompson, in talking with this morning, I kind of assumed what charges were going to be filed. And so I want to go over those with you just on the record so that we're clear, because it's a little bit different than what I thought. Okay, so you're being charged with 2 counts of no contact order violation, domestic violence. Both of those are maximum penalties up to 364 days in jail, $5,000 fine, up to 5 years of probation. If you're convicted, you lose your right to possess a firearm. That. Do you understand the nature of those charges, what those mean as crimes?
Yeah, I do.
And they're also
Plain white
charging you
tee.
with 1 count of malicious mischief 3rd degree, which is the same type of charge that you have in the first case from October.
Judge
Which
looks
means
really bad
intentionally and vexatiously causing damage to the property of another person. Do you understand what that crime means? And that's domestic violence as well.
Cardboard
The maximum
cutout.
penalty is the same as the no contact order violations. The only difference would be there's not a mandatory right or not a mandatory loss of right to possess a firearm under that case.
Yes,
Your Honor, I did
exactly.
also review with her rights of arraignment. She had no questions about those. So defense would ask the court to enter pleas of not
Weird.
guilty.
Very
in
strange
speaking
looking
with
today.
Ms. Thompson, she does automatically qualify for the public defender under the RCW. So I'd ask for direct appointments. Other than that, nothing from defense.
She beat up.
I see that Mr.
somebody.
Resnick's box was checked. Is there a conflict?
No, I didn't. That might be an accident. I didn't put in the pretrial conference form, so I don't know what happened.
I don't know. That was
Really
pre-checked,
quiet in the jail.
and that was about the only thing that was pre-checked.
I'm just assuming that's just like an accident by whoever put it in there.
Okay.
Yeah, I do not have a conflict in the matter. Your Honor. We're representing her on the October case that's in pretrial status.
I do find probable cause to detain as to all 3 counts, as well as on the original counts. I don't believe that, I didn't see that probable cause was previously found in the docket.
It's gotta be a
Pleas
pretty
of
good
not guilty
charge,
will
right?
enter as to all 3, and I will
Felony
direct
murdering.
appoint. What is the city's recommendation regarding release?
The city is requesting $1,000 cash bond on each of the 5 charges, both of these cases, for a total of $5,000 cash bond. Court has probably noticed that the warrant in the pretrial matter issued on December 1st of 2022. So a week, we're going to be on 7 months that warrant's been outstanding.
She's
And
using
the,
an amazing
defendant
filter today.
Poses, in the city's view, serious risk to the alleged victims in these matters as well. Her grandmother and her uncle. She's damaged her grandmother's property allegedly in both incidents. I noticed in the pretrial matter in the report is mentioned that the defendant had knives before she put those down and started hitting allegedly her grandmother, the broom.
I did not do that actually. I'm sorry.
And so, Ms. Thompson, right
Great.
now, court
Feelings, Dave.
really, we're not providing any facts of what happened.
I'm only
Things-
human, Dave.
we do that at a trial, so the prosecutor gets to just basically what the police report says is what the probable cause is. I'll make the arguments for you. So there's really nothing I need you to say right now, okay? Everything you say will probably hurt you in the future because it can be used against you, okay? So we'll have those conversations privately.
Mr.
Sorry.
Zenner, any objection to those conditions?
And so, Your Honor, Miss Thompson is 22 years old. She has been trying to do her high school completion. She's starting back up again. There's been multiple
A little late on that, isn't she?
and failures, even while she's on warrant status, to do that at South Seattle Community College.
Plus, it sounds like she's got something
I
else.
think just based on the probable cause materials, I think the court can probably glean that this is a situation where maybe she was no other place to go. The family was, didn't have any other way to deal with, the crises. Wants what's the best for her, may have allowed her to,
Wow,
there
he's
may be
grasping
some
at
invited
straws.
contact
Really, yeah.
situation, but then
Learn
obviously
the
this
community.
situation occurred. And so they had to call the police again. That's just kind of my assumption of what the theory of the PC statement would be. And so, Ms. Thompson is a young lady who's really struggling with being able to become an adult. in the sense of, getting her own place, finishing
Peter
school,
Pan?
doing those other things.
on.
And I think that may be
She's still
due in
wearing
part
diapers?
to maybe good intentions by family. However, sometimes family members, good intentions,
He's
don't
not gonna get an OR bond.
help out the person. And they may
Matt,
be
what we
enabling
call
and or
word
kind of
salad at
triggering.
this point.
I
None
talked
of
with
it
Ms.
is working.
Thompson this morning about, and I think she qualifies for maybe services under FHARPS or the other program. And so I'm emailing them
Do
to
it, Cap.
see if
Knock it out.
if and when she's released,
Eat
which
some
I
sushi.
can kind of get her a good warm
Well,
hand
she's not happy because she's
hand
working.
off and to steal their
She
words.
brought home
To
sliders.
kind of
We're
maybe
cutting this quick.
where she's not homeless if she's not there, but she's kind of got a pathway to kind of get some kind
But I
of
do want to see
stabilization
what happens.
and do things for herself. And so I know Ms. Thompson
Right.
asked the court to release her on personal recognizance. We
That means she's
understand
not paying any
the
of her
warrant
bills.
situation. I mean, she's been on warrant for 6 months. She's just, due to kind of some of, I think, the allegations of the status of her mental health, she may not have the skills to kind of deal with everything that's going on and kind of is a runner as far as like from her problems as opposed to addressing them. And so that's may have what has been going on for 6 months.
Shut up. My God.
Then,
But,
Mr. Zenner, why should I believe that she'll come back to court?
Well, Your Honor, I think I think my
Come on, Matt,
main
you
argument
got
to the
this.
court would be
Well, Roger.
is if I were
Roger,
able
Roger.
to show the court that she did have a pathway to a place
Did.
to reside
Did.
if and when she's released, that would be a change in circumstances from what's going on today, the status now, because
She's a
that would
good
be at
kid,
least
Your Honor.
something to the court that would be, okay, why, if she has no
Struggling
other
to
place
be
to go and her family's inviting contact or allowing contact for her to stay there, well, now she has another place. And the alternative to that would be homelessness. If I'm able to show the court that she has at least the resources and a plan to be released and go into some kind of like emergency, then temporary, and then maybe some kind of semi-permanent housing situation, that would be a change in circumstances, which is from today. I don't have that information to the court today because I, need some time to arrange that.
Well, you
But
should.
so I would,
Yeah.
I know she's asking.
Don't
the
bring
court
it
for
up if
some
you ain't
personal
got it.
cognizance. If the court's gonna set bail,
Let me say all
I
this
would
great
ask the
shit and then
court
say,
to
now I
not
don't know
make
if that's
or
for sure
reserve
right now.
argument
might
or
happen, it
ruling
might not, but it's a
for
possibility.
change
This
in
is an argument
circumstances for a new bail
I feel
argument
about for her to get
if
out.
I'm able to address that issue for the court.
Not happening.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I know Mr. Zenner.
Means
I
well.
understand his position. I know he didn't mean anything by the words, but I have to say something on the record if something like that is said, that no parties here are victim blaming. I mean, I can't let that sound like that
Wait, what?
on the record.
Victim blaming.
So I just want to make that clear.
And I appreciate that clarification. And I did not, and I can understand how that could be interpreted that way, but that's not what I was hearing as much as I understand the complex family dynamics that can play out in situations like this.
Awkward.
Very awkward.
Boy, he got real quiet, didn't he? Call him out on some victim blaming. Shut
I'm
up.
going to impose bail
How
in the
dare
amount of $250 each case, each charge. I have concerns that absent the
Oh,
posting of
sunset.
bail, first of all, that Ms. Thompson will fail to appear for court as she has for months now. And that she will
First time
go right
caller.
back to the home from which she is excluded.
Yeah, I mean, she's got the she-her thing happening, the judge.
If there was a plan in place, I mean, I would entertain that as potentially being a change in circumstances, depending on obviously what the circumstances are. Additional conditions are that you attend all future court appearances, have no new criminal law violations, do not own or possess any firearms, as you're subject to 2 no
What do you
contact
think,
orders.
5K total?
Ordering that you
Oh, yeah, you
abide
can
by
get
the
it
no
all.
contact orders, by any and all no contact orders, and update your address with the court and DOL immediately if there are any changes. Mr. Zender, do you want to put this on for pretrial on Monday? Or do you want it till Tuesday?
I think Tuesdays would be appropriate, Your Honor. I don't think I'll be able to have what I need done by Tuesday or by Monday.
Okay. And I'm making the finding that is a necessary court appearance in furtherance of bringing this matter to trial. Ms. Thompson, you must appear at that hearing unless you're in good contact with your attorney and he has authority to waive speedy trial on your behalf. Otherwise, if you fail to appear, a warrant will likely issue. Do you still receive mail at the address on Apple Loop in Natchez?
No.
No, they're not using, that is my old foster parents, whoever giving you information isn't telling the truth all the way.
Well, it's not a matter of someone telling the truth or not. It may just be an old address that never came out of the system.
No, because I was never living there in the first place. I've always been at the 2821 South 146th Street.
Can you say that can you say it slowly, what your actual mailing address is?
2821 South 146th Street. I've been living at that house for days now.
Again, can you just say it a little more slowly so that we can write it down?
2821 South 146th Street.
Madam
That's
Clerk,
where
and what city is that in?
Seatown.
Okay. Is that 98188? Is it 98188?
No.
She stopped walking all of a sudden.
What's the zip code, ma'am? Ms.
That's
Thompson, what's the
my
zip?
address.
Boy, this is like
Right, is the zip
so-
code 98188?
She's having a hard time growing up, Creed.
No, it's 98168.
Okay, thank you.
And you're giving you all the information.
But I'm sorry, I missed what you said.
They're giving you all the wrong information because
Is she
They
gonna
told her
start
to
We
sticking
will
out
see you
in a
back
second?
here on
They
Tuesday.
told her to stay by the
at
door.
11.
She's just wandering around.
Again.
All right, thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Oh.
Thank you, you too.
I want to get out of here.
Your Honor, are we issuing
I called
new
it.
contract orders on this matter?
No, I think.
Okay, so just follow the ones that are already out.
I didn't see a request. I didn't hear a request for no contact orders.
Just comply with existing.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
No
you.
objection.
Oh, I will sign the firearm form.
She did have a little meltdown. They're still going, by the way. Still
I
at
can't
it.
believe he's made it this long.
No kidding.
He's still alive.
Or is he Creed frame? Nope, he just blinked. Anyways, guys, we got a case today. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, and thank you for being good in the chat today too. By the way, thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Myself, Panel, and Creed will be back just about an hour and some change from now. We got a Chase, which is
Hello,
Florida
Tiff.
Friday related. Tiff, good to see you. Better late than never. A lot of stuff going on in Florida. A lot of these stories, by the way, Creed, are very new that we have up here. Less than a week or so old. So lots of staying alive. And I'm out of here. I'm starving. I'm hungry.
Yeah, me too. And I've got Arby's food waiting for me. I guess it is technically really sold out. The burger, they're done at the Arby's.
Wow, good for them. Good for them.
Tom did have a stroke in the last hour since we've seen him.
But no one noticed.
Nobody
Yeah.
noticed. It went unnoticed. Guys, again, thank you so much. Like Mikey said, we'll be back 405 East for We Gotta Chase Florida Friday edition, presented by Larry. And then 6 o'clock, Mumbles Only. We'll see you then.
All right, guys. Well, until next time, have a great day.
Do you honestly think you're fucking funny?
You've got mail.
Hey!